In this episode of Spirit of Agriculture, I speak with a former schoolmate and ardent agriculturist, Mr. Coleman. Mr. Coleman shares his insights into poultry farming and from classroom memories to chicken coops. He shares experience, insights, and what keeps him grounded. Let's dive straight into it in Spirit of Agriculture, farming with grace.
Middle-aged man, and I got into poultry farming based on what I studied in school, which is veterinary medicine. So after school and all that, I really wanted to do something, and I think dealing with animals was the first thing that came to my mind. Thank you.
That's great. So what inspired you to choose poultry over other types of livestock or farming?
I chose poultry because right from start, I've always had this love and passion for birds generally, peacocks, ostriches, parrots, caged birds, and I always love birds. That's what has inspired me and made me choose poultry as. Okay, my starting point, I started with the commercial broilers. Like 10 years ago, I started with commercial broilers. I started with the commercial turkeys also, but I didn't make much success in it because they were dying. And so it made me think out of the box and decide, why not try our own, very own indigenous chickens, which can survive our weather and all that.
Oh,
I'll call them indigenous chickens. I think that's a better name for them because it gives them a kind of, should I call it, class and status. It's free range. It's free range because times we live in, we've come to realize that eating organic products, it has a lot of health benefits and all that. My typical day involves in the morning coming to the farm, changing their water, giving them their food, vegetables and assorted grains, then watching them one by one to see how they're doing to make sure they're all healthy. Yeah. For the heat, as you can see, I made sure I planted trees, natural trees to keep the sun away and to create a shade, a kind of shade that will keep the birds cool and everything.
You spoke about how you manage the heat. How about the biosecurity?
For biosecurity, the major threats we have are rats, snakes, moles. So we employ cats. Yes, domestic cats to take care of them.
Back to you.
Like here we have our dusa, which is a mixture of millet, corn, and guinea corn. We also have soya beans chaff, which is a high source of protein. This is soya beans chaff.
So the salt acts as a balance?
Yes, the salt acts as a balance. The salt increases salt content in their blood, which makes them more disease resistant.
Do you sell the eggs, or do you sell them live birds, or do you process the chicken to sell them? Processing such as maybe roasted chicken, or you cut them up and dry them for your customers, or how do you generally go about your sales?
I do grills for now. I do grills. I've not fully gone commercial for now, but I do grills, and I sell my chicken directly to people. Grilled, already grilled, yes, processed.
Okay.
Yeah. And then my eggs, most of my eggs go back into production, back into hatching, because I'm trying to build up a base so I can go commercial and produce more eggs.
Okay, that's interesting. So what challenges have you faced in the marketing or production?
Yes, in marketing, I've not really faced much challenge because I've not really had surplus product to sell. Where I've had challenges is in production, especially in the chick stage. Uh, I always face the challenge of having electricity to keep them warm, brooding, and then the weather too when it gets very cold and there's no lights. Brooding becomes a challenge, and
So what has poultry farming done for you personally, or what has it done for your family?
poultry farming has made me self-sufficient and self-reliant. Yes, very self-sufficient and self-reliant.
Hmm. So what's one of the lessons that you learned the hard way that you wish that others knew early or you knew earlier?
One lesson I've learned the very hard way is vaccinating or vaccination on time. Untimely vaccination has taught me, I've learned a very hard lesson through untimely vaccination, because instead of vaccinating on time, maybe I just delay, say maybe a week or more, before I know it, they are done with that disease and I lost quite a significant number.
Okay, so what could you say is the biggest success or milestone that you've experienced in this journey?
Yes, my biggest success and milestone in this journey is that I've been able to come up with my own species of birds which lay, their eggs are very competitive with the commercial eggs you have in the market. Even the egg laying capacity, I've had hens that have laid 30 eggs, over 30 eggs, yes. I think that's the biggest milestone I've achieved. I've been able to come out with a chicken that has both the hybrid qualities and the local qualities. The local qualities as in the sense of disease tolerance, resilience, and adaptation. Then the hybrid qualities based on the size and meat capacity. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So in this sense, what would you tell someone who is starting today? What would be your advice for someone who either they intend to start or they are starting? Because a lot of people always try to discourage people from poultry, saying it could be expensive or it could be risky. What do you say to them?
Yes, what I'll tell a beginner or a newbie that just coming to poultry farming, I'd like to encourage new people by telling them that a journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step, and little drops of water makes an ocean. So they should keep on pushing no matter what challenges or difficulties they come across.
That's great advice. So, are there low-cost tools or hacks that you've used that you can also advise others to try?
Yes, right now things are expensive. Anything you touch goes into thousands. And one thing I've learned about using low price tools is like the drinking troughs. That's for the water troughs I used to feed to water the beds. What I do, I don't buy the commercial ones they sell in shops. I make use of discarded jerry cans, cut them open to create like a bowl where the chickens, the grown-up, can easily reach. Then for the little chicks, I also use plastic bottles to create like a drinking facility where they can all come and drink, and it works just like the commercial ones to sell in the market.
So, any words of encouragement for our youths of today and other men and women who are considering poultry farming?
Yes, I would like to encourage our youths and women to engage in something, poultry for instance, because like the saying goes, an idle mind is a devil's workshop. It keeps the youth and the women busy, and with less vice or menace to the society.
That's great. That's wonderful coming. So what does growing your own food or raising animals mean to you?
Growing my own food and raising my own animals gives me, I get that satisfaction that I'm eating my own thing, my own product. I know the source. I'm eating good and healthy organic foods, and it gives me a whole lot of sense of satisfaction and pleasure.
That's great. Thank you so much, Mr. Coleman, for taking our time to tell us to join Rooted Conversation so that we can have more insights into the life of a poultry farmer farming from his own backyard. So, this is me again, the engineer, wrapping up. Thank you again for joining us in Rooted Conversations. Until next time, bye bye.